Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mind Power Monday. I hope you're having a fabulous day so far and that you had a really wonderful weekend filled with some of the things that make you happy inside. Anyhow, I'm Melanie Robinson, and I am a real estate investor, just like the rest of you. Probably most of you know that by now, but I'll go ahead and share that. So I'm a real estate investor just like the rest of you, focused on many different strategies over the years. At the moment, I am working on a project in Abbotsford, long-term buy and hold, where we're doing a renovation. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tiffany. I'm assuming it's Tiffany by the hearts. And I'm working on building a fourplex over in Nanaimo. My focus is on building joint venture partnerships, which is how I got introduced to Corey and Tiffany. And I'm noticing this new option where it says I can bring you on camera, but I'm assuming I ignore that. There's all these updates on the lives now. I actually can't even get it working on my laptop. I have to do my phone at the moment. So anyhow, that's me as a real estate investor in this journey with you all. Super excited about what the future holds and navigating my way through the now. And what has me as a real estate investor sharing Mind Power Mondays with you? My background is in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and I'm a master practitioner of NLP. My mom's actually a trainer. She certifies people in NLP, so I'm super fortunate to have been surrounded by this world for a long time. We have a family business offering training, coaching, and consulting, and I joined my mom in that in 2000. And where we've been helping business people create their next level of good morning, their next level of success. So NLP is an amazing model. I highly recommend you look into it if you're looking to sort of be the best version of yourself, overcome whatever challenges that you might have that are limiting you from achieving the next level of success. So that's me. I love Mind Power Mondays. I love being here with all of you. You are all so inspiring and so amazing. And I'm just so grateful for you. So many of you saw posted something last week just asking what your biggest challenges are. And I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Rather than having one topic, I really felt as I read them, I obviously can't address all of them, but I picked 3 topics that I'm hoping to give you just a little bit of a tip or a tool or something to make your life a little bit easier. So let's get started. The first topic or the first challenge that I wanted to address with you, and obviously I can't dive in deep on these lives, but hopefully I can share something with you that just gives you a little bit of a tool, a little bit of a shift in your mindset that can make you feel better as we go through these crazy times and moving forward, because everything that I share is applicable to you today and to all of us, as far as I'm concerned, always. So hopefully you find it helpful. The first one that I noticed was people mentioning the lack of support, emotional support in their world, especially with regards to real estate investing. And I saw a really great thread going on there that it seems like many of us are struggling with that lack of support. So just wanted to address that. And as you know, we can't control other people. We can't make people support us. We can't change their thoughts on what we're doing. So the only thing that we have control over is ourselves. So really what I wanted to share with you about that is, obviously you always want to be aware, is there a change you need to be making in your life? Is there something you need to be changing with the people that you're surrounding yourself by? You don't ever want to just take the positive mindset aspect of it and not pay attention to the choices that you're actually making. So just that's something to be aware of. If you love the people that are around you, and they're definitely the people that you want by your side living life in your network, well, then that's okay. Not everybody needs to support us in our journey. Ultimately, we are responsible for our own happiness. I know, ding, ding, ding. I say that all the time, but we are responsible for it. No one else is. So if we don't have that support from people around us, then that is a really great opportunity for us to recognize that we need to build that up within ourselves. Number one, we need to build our confidence. We need to build our resilience. We need to gather whatever knowledge and tools we need to do in order to feel successful, in order to not be looking at that or looking for other people. Oh, hey, Corey. Hey, everybody. Oh, you guys are so awesome. So rather than turning to other people for that support, which is nice to have, don't get me wrong, but if you don't, you have all of the resources. You do have the ability to build those resources within you so that other people can think what they think, do what they do, and it doesn't affect you. You can do things like you're doing right now, joining incredible networks of people who do aspire to achieve the same goals or similar goals as you, who do have common interests. We do have each other's back. We are cheerleaders. I mean, this network is amazing. So those are all the things that you can control. You can control who you surround yourself, and you can control building up your own resources so that you're not, oh, I love the heart showers, so that you're not needing that from the people around you. So that's what I wanted to share. I know it's not easy. I mean, obviously, ideally, we'd have everybody in our circle full on cheerleading for us. That would be ideal. Reality is, most of us don't necessarily have that. And so that doesn't mean that we need to feel horrible. We need to focus our attention on the things that we can control. And the things we can control are our thoughts, our resources, and who we surround ourselves to support ourselves. So hopefully that helps those of you who are feeling that struggle right now. Just really focus on building yourself up, because ultimately we each are responsible for our own selves. And that's the bottom line. Everybody else around us isn't. So there you have it. The second challenge that I noticed was feeling depleted, energy depleted from all that's going on around us and from all that we're giving to those, because I know that some of us are, sort of out in the field interacting with people who are really stressed right now and who are going through challenging, having extra challenging experiences, or, my goodness, in the front line, or whatever it might be. And maybe it's supporting those that you love. And that can be depleting. I know Tiffany made some great, really great feedback in that thread about making sure that you fill yourself up, because you can't give to others if you're not filling your own tank, and creating strategies and plans to do that so that it becomes part of your routine, part of your everyday. You are marked in your calendar to look after you. So that's a really great piece of information. Thank you, Tiffany, for sharing that. The other couple of tips that I wanted to mention are, I did share in another Mind Power Monday, and again, I'm not able to go into great detail here, but it is a little skill, tool, strategy that you can run when you are interacting with people that are feeling stressed, and you're there for them, you're listening to what's going on for them, and that can be really super draining. So when you're having a conversation with someone, you can either be in your body, so that when you're having this conversation, you're having your own experience of what they're saying. Or some people actually jump into the other person's body and feel exactly what it might be like to be them going through this time. Or you can be like a fly on the wall, and you can be up here watching this conversation happen between the two of you, where you're hearing everything, but you're not in the feelings of it. And so that's a really great strategy, a really great little tool to use when you're noticing that you're taking on somebody else's stuff. Because when we're caring, we do tend to have people turning to us with their problems. And if we take everyone's challenges on as our own, oh my gosh, that's draining and exhausting and not a good place to be in. So if you want to be able to be there for people, but you don't want to be feeling completely depleted, then I would say another strategy in the moment, in that interaction with somebody, is to, and it's something you need to play with. And again, if we were in a course together, I would walk you through the process of that. But play with it. Recognize that you can be sitting here having a conversation, and in your own experience of that conversation, you can jump into the other person's body, so to speak, and be experiencing it exactly as they're experiencing it and feel what it is that they're feeling as they're saying this. Or you can be up here like a fly on the wall watching, and it's called dissociated from it, so that you can hear what they're saying and you can give your support and your words without actually being in it. So that's something that I would highly recommend people who are in situations where they are hearing a lot about other people's problems, to dissociate from that so you can be there without actually feeling it. And then the other thing is, when you're home and you're safe and you're not around all of these people who are experiencing tremendous stress, stop thinking about it. And I know that sounds really simple, but that is probably the biggest key, is that when we're in the midst of something, yes, we're in the midst of it. But the question is, when you go home, when you're no longer around that person, that situation, whatever it is that's causing you stress, are you still thinking about it and replaying it over and over again, and what they were saying and what you were saying? Because when you do that, you're living it over and over again. And again, that's depleting, that's draining your system. So you want to be really aware of that. Once you've left the situation, start thinking about things that support you. Start thinking about things that make you feel happy. Fill that bucket, as Tiffany said. Do things to make you feel good. The question that you can ask yourself, based on all of these things, is, how are you wanting to feel? What do you want your experience to be like today? And if feeling good, feeling happy, feeling energized, whatever it might be for you, what do you need to do in order to have that experience? Maybe it's meditate. Maybe it's go for a run. Maybe it's FaceTime a friend. Maybe it's, reading a book. Maybe it's working with your clients. Maybe it's working on a project. It doesn't matter what the answer is. The question is being conscious about it, and how do you want to feel, and what can I do right now in order to support myself in feeling that way? And take your day moment by moment and make little choices all day long that help you feel the way it is that you want to feel. If we don't ever think about it, if we don't ever ask ourselves that question, then we have no map to go by. We have nothing to guide us to make these choices, to think about something that makes us happy, to pick up the phone, to do something that makes us happy. Thank you for the heart showers. So that's what I wanted to share with you about feeling feeling depleted emotionally, is to dissociate yourself, to fill your tank, and to really do your best to stop thinking about it when you're not in that situation, because there's no good that can really come from that. It certainly doesn't support us. And the last one is the human contact and missing family members and people that we love, which, oh my gosh, I read this, and of course I was in my own body for a minute, and was feeling like, I feel that way too, my goodness. And I don't want to go into the details of my family, but I certainly do feel that way, very much so. And I have to make choices in order to feel better as we go through this time, because it's crazy. Anyways, we don't need to go into all of that. What can we do from a mindset perspective to feel better as we're going through this time where we're not able to see the people that we love, where, somebody mentioned grandkids missing out on memories with their grandparents, and all of these realities in the moment. So yes, that is all true. I'm not saying this to sort of sugarcoat it and pretend it's not, but how do we feel as good as we can feel and make the best of the situation? Because it is what it is. This is happening. And again, we don't have control over that. The only thing we have control of is how we respond to what's happening. What are the thoughts that we're what are the thoughts that we're thinking? What are we doing about this to feel as good as we can feel going through this time, so that we can be there for those that we love in the ways that we want to, so that we can strategize in our business. If I'm sitting here in the chair crying about missing my family, I'm certainly not doing anything to proactively build my business or build the relationships with those that are around me right now. So I just wanted to preempt it with that, because I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying that here are the things that we can do in order to deal with this in the moment. So one of the things is to be thinking about the future. Plan some fun things. What are you going to do when this is all over and you're able to when you're able to see the people you love? Make a plan. Make a bucket list. Make a dream list. Share it with them. We're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. What are some things you're going to do with your grandchildren if you're a grandparent? What are some things that you're going to do with your grandparents if you're wanting to facilitate that as the parent of grandchildren? What are we going to do when we get out of here? Because guess what? When we think about that, we feel excited. We're planting the seed for a better tomorrow. We're getting excited about things, and that makes us feel better in the moment. And the other thing is, like it or not, we are creating memories with the people we love. They're COVID memories, but they're memories. So how creative can we be? What can we do within this time that is going to help us feel better and interact? So maybe there's creative things that you can do. Maybe there's something you can, you can do, planning games on Zoom. I mean, we've seen all sorts of creative things, but it's just a matter of doing the best we can with the resources that we have available. Brenda, yeah, I see, your teen is struggling with no contact with her friends. I'm not going to read the whole note, but absolutely. I mean, my goodness, I have 2 teenage daughters, and for one of them, it's a lot more challenging than for the other one. It's really, really hard because their world is their friends, and we as parents drive them crazy. So what can we do? All we can do is help support them on connecting with them in the ways that are safe and remind them. I mean, for me, what I'm doing with my daughters, and whether it's helpful or not, is to really acknowledge that this is really super tough. This is tough. And we need to do what we can do to feel good, because it is what it is. So I'm trying to help them with a positive mindset, to help them remember this will end at some point in the future, way out in the future. This is going to be a tiny little blip in their life. You look at, you live till you're 80, and we had a 3-month period of time where they didn't see their friends. In the moment, for sure, it's super, super tough. But in the big scheme of life, it's a tiny little blip. So trying to help them recognize that reality. And I'm really working on acknowledging how challenging this is, for sure, and helping bring it into perspective on the big picture of life. So yeah, getting them to go on Zoom and play games. I mean, they're pretty technologically savvy and do a lot of that. I think for our generation, doing that with like grandparents and grandkids, let's make memories out of this. I mean, it's the only option we have. So how creative can we be? Little care packages that we drop off, sing in the driveway, wave through windows. Here we have, I don't know if it's everywhere actually. I'd be interested to hear. At 7 o'clock every night, people go out and like honk their horns and air horns and cheering and banging pots like it's New Year's every night at 7 o'clock to recognize and thank the frontline workers. So that's a pretty incredible memory that we're all creating. We have hearts in our windows so that when you go for your walks, you can see hearts on all these people's windows. So just little things. I'm sure you can come up with creative ways. The biggest thing is, first of all, accepting that this is the way it is. Because when we're holding on what could have been, what should have been, what we want it to be, what used to be, and all of those things, that has us in a state of feeling horrible and sad and depressed and angry and frustrated and lonely and all of those things. And they are all real. It's all real. But we don't want to live there. There's no positive outcome that can come from us getting into that state, because then we can't come up with creative ways to connect with people. We can't think about the positive side. We can't, recognize the memories that we will remember for the rest of our lives during this time. So it's all about how can you shift your mindset. Acceptance is a huge part of it. Accepting that you don't have the emotional support from the people you love. Accepting that, and what can I do about it? Accepting that people are stressed and that that's an energy drain. And what can I do about it? Accepting that we can't see the people we love, and that sucks and that's hard and it's horrible. Accepting that, and what can we do about it? So that's really what I wanted to share with you today. We can only control ourselves. The one thing we only have is to change how we're thinking about what's going on. I'm here for you all. I'm experiencing the same or similar things to all of you. I will read through all of your comments when we're done. I wish that I was good at toggling back and forth, but I'm not, and I'd rather just connect with you all to really say I appreciate you sharing your challenges. I'd love you to keep doing that. I will do my very best to support you from a mental perspective as much as I can, because in all reality, this is the most incredible opportunity for us to, as I've said, build that muscle. We're building a muscle that's a life skill moving forward. No matter what life throws our way, we have the options to give up or do the very best that we can to make the very best of it. And how can we feel as good as we can feel? Most of us, some of us are living on their own, and that's a completely different scenario, but most of us have people around us. And if we fall down that rabbit hole of depression and all of those things, we can't be there with the people that we do have around us. We can't hop on that Zoom call with our family and play a game and laugh and giggle. I mean, we just can't do those things. And it means you're losing the days that we do have. Life is precious. This is life. Right now, we're isolating and we're going through crazy times and there's fears and all those things. It's all real. I promise you, I get that. And we got to make the best of it. It's the only choice for me. I want to feel as good as I can feel. I'm out on those walks. I'm looking at nature. I'm listening to the birds chirp and sing. I'm looking at the new buds. I'm grateful for the sunshine when it's sunny. I'm loving the people around me. I'm focusing on the things that I can control. And then that's all I can do. And so I am going to read through the threads because I know that some people are having a hard time. And I really do know with the teenagers, it is really challenging. And I don't know other than to just be there for them, walk them through it and toggle back and forth between total compassion and, the bigger picture, and total compassion and the bigger picture, and a hug and perspective. I mean, I will read through. So anyhow, I think that's all that I have to share with you today. Just know that I'm here. Please continue to share your challenges. I will continue to support you. Let's build this muscle. Mind power, we have it. We have the resources within us. We practice, we learn it. We practice, we learn it. We stretch, we grow, we practice, we learn it. That's all we can do. So, Mind Power Monday, another Monday gone by. I will read your comments. Have a fabulous week, everyone. Take care. Know that I'm here, and we got this. We do have this, and we have this incredible community to lean on as we go through this crazy, crazy time. Alrighty, everyone. We will talk to you next Monday, if not sooner. Okay, bye for now.